Alright guys, so we're back and I'm going to try to come up with a different video. I already got started and I should have started videoing before I did, but I'm trying here. I told you guys that I'd start putting out more videos and I'm going to try and follow through with that. So today we got the Civic. Alright, she's been sitting away for about a year. I think I took it out last summer. A lot of times what I do is I just register it, get a 10-day, blast it around town for 10 days, and then put it back in storage. A little bit about it. I've had it for 13 years. It was a present from my grandma when I was a kid. I love it. I take good care of it. I try to. I don't drive it in the winters anymore. But yeah, so anyways, we're having a leaky gas line, and I ended up, so one of the big problems with it has been that the battery is always dead, and I mean dead. Like my shitty jumper pack won't even jump it. I gotta like get a car out and jump it like that, and that sucks. So I've been looking around for a battery, and I wasn't gonna pay $125 at freaking Walmart for a cheap battery, so I've been waiting for one to come up in the junkyard. One finally came up, $53. Boom. They're not easy to get, but I got it. Cleaned up the battery tray a little bit because it's rusting. Otherwise the car's in pretty good shape. I try to keep it clean for the most part. Every couple years I like to get it up in the air and take care of it. So I noticed that it's had a gas leak the past few times I've started it, and of course it is, where are you? Oh, I think I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side, but any of you that know Civics know that they have, besides quarter panel rust problems, they have a big bundle of brake lines and shit that run down the center of the car. So my rear brake lines went a few years back, and I just pinched them off. I put some bolts in the splitter up front, and I've been running it like that. When I had the 17-inch Daytons on it, really didn't matter. The tires are so big, I got grip, but with these little ones, just having front brakes ain't very pleasant. So I'm finally going to deal with it since the gas line's leaking, and I have to deal with that anyway. As you can see, it's all wet. Yep. So, yep. They're rusty, so it looks like it's time to go ahead and replace all those lines. Otherwise, the car's not bad. There's a little rust here, but it's not that bad at all. I try to get it up in the air and oil it as often as I can to keep it alive, because I don't plan on ever really getting rid of it. So, yeah, let's cut the shit here and get to work. Right, so it's been about an hour and a half. I am officially exhausted, but the car's up in the air. Anybody out there that owns a lowrider, you know how much it sucks to try and work underneath these cars. Well, luckily we had a nice big tree come down. I grabbed the biggest, flattest pieces I could find, jacked that puppy up and stuck him under there. It's pretty solid. I tried rocking it, and she don't move an inch. This should make this work a little bit easier. I'll be able to pull all the wheels off. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was a pain in the ass, but I'm pretty proud of myself. I mean, that sucker's really high up there. I can almost sit under that bad boy. So, yep, it's break time. I'm exhausted just from doing that. I'm gonna go have a nice cold drink of water, and I'll update you when I get back to work. Yep, so this isn't gonna be very fun. If you can see, these lines are really rusted. So, but it needs it. So, not excited about doing it, but it needs to be done. I've been putting it off. The brake lines went like 4 years ago. So I've been putting it off. And now that gas line, I can't afford to be losing gas. So, here we go. Alright, so I got the plastic thing off that I've always dreaded. I've never taken one off of a Civic, and I've always dreaded it because it just seemed like it was going to be a bitch. And to my surprise, yeah, it was a bitch. It was really hard, and I tried not to break the pieces because I want to put it back on as original as possible. But it's tough. That shit is on there. All the lines are rusted. I'm still going to have to pull this off. which is going to be another pain in the ass. But once I get all this stripped down, I'm going to pressure wash it and clean the gunk up, and we'll repaint it, and it'll be nice. It'll last. Hopefully it'll last another 10 years. So let's get cleaned up here and get back under there. And the lake is full of surprises. So we got started pouring out. We got thunder and black clouds. So I guess it's break time. Alright, so I got the cover off. That wasn't so bad. I'm gonna have to drop this tank. It's a mess up here. I want to get it out of the way so I can freshen it up and get it coated with some Rust-Oleum. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this, but it has to be done. So, holy smokes! So the gas tank's out. Oh, if you guys only seen how I took that thing out. I mean, I had my knees up under it, and I was straddling that motherfucker and just wrenching on it. What a pain in the balls, and especially when it's rusty, and this one's looking a little rusty. Oh, that was just the worst. I'm assuming putting it back up is going to be pretty bad too. Luckily above it's not that rusted. But yeah, now we can get to the gas lines and stuff real good. There they are. It's dark, sorry. Okay, well, let me get some light. Let's keep going. Alright, a little bit of progress. I got a new line on, new fitting. I got it run down. I did pretty clean, you know. You can't really tell that I hand bent that. It looks as straight as the factory ones, I'd say. Got that one run. You can see it's sticking out right here. I got it pretty tight in here. Can you see it? Sorry, it's blurry. So anyways, yeah, there it is, hiding in the back, coming up straight. We're about to fold it over and tie it in, but yeah, so yep, we're doing it. All right, I just completed my first one. My hands already hurt. I've got one more brake line and 3 fuel lines to go. So yep, I'm double flaring them just the way you know, they recommend. I got this cheap ass kit, and yeah, it sucks. So let's keep doing it. All right, here we go. Second roll brake line. Time to do the other brake side. So as for the brake lines, there's them up in front coming off the proportioning valve. Not too bad, not too bad. And then you can see them run right there on the side of the frame here. Side of that frame there, run down there. We spent some more money that I ain't got on some things that I need. We got some big line, some little line, some hose clamps, fuel injection hose. This is about 30 bucks a roll, so I'm going to go ahead and try to use what I have left over from all this to finish off the third line. Yeah, because it's expensive. So I've decided to cut the fuel line right here. Here's the fuel filter. I need this connection. I'm not going to try and recreate that. I'm just going to reuse it. I'll clean it up. But yeah, starting from right here, I'm going to just do fuel injection line. But I'm going to take this piece off in order to start putting the hose on, instead of trying to wrestle around with a screwdriver down here. Alright, so the toughest part of this job, really, at least one of the toughest parts, is getting the old fuel lines off. All the old lines off, really, because they're tucked down in the corner at the bottom here. So, you know, you just cut them off piece by piece and you wrench on them, get them out of the way. Now you can skip this part and just put new fuel lines and brake lines whatever way you want and leave the old ones on. But I don't do it that way. I like to take the old rusted shit out before it spreads anymore, you know. So, yeah. So after getting this fuel line end off the filter, I've decided I'm just going to go ahead and double flare the end of my line, save a little more money, not use the rubber fuel hose or clamps, and I might be able to turn them, and that would be nice. New fuel lines on, flared, ready to go. Alright, turns out I'm gonna have to use this stuff anyways. I forgot there's this piece that goes to the fuel tank, and I want to keep that fitting. So I'm just gonna clean up this right here, clamp on. So that'll be the oldest piece of the system, but it looks like it's in good shape. So alright, so I went ahead and put a little bubble flare on the end of this. And I didn't go all the way, just a little bit, just so that I don't have to use two of these clamps, because that's what everybody recommends. But with a little lip on here, it ain't gonna come off. So yeah. All right. If I haven't mentioned already, my hands definitely hurt. I got 2 more to go, so we are almost there. Soon enough, we'll be ripping her up and down the road. Well then. Okay, so that's it. I'm finally done. My thumbs are killing me from bending this friggin' line, but it's done. Pretty straight, I might add, too. I'll be able to weasel that into the original clips. But, yeah, front to back, all new. Now we can go ahead, pressure wash the tank, pressure wash the underneath, cover it with some black Rust-Oleum paintbrush to protect it a little better, and go out and rip it. Alright, so we just gave her a quick pressure washing just to make sure everything's fresh and clean before we start painting it. Give it a while to dry, but it looks a hell of a lot better. It looks less rusty. I got the rear drums off while I was washing it. You know, we're gonna have to be in there to bleed them back brakes. So yeah, wash the whole body. Engine bay didn't really need it, but just to get the remains of rust that I can out of there. So we're getting there. We're on the home stretch now. All right, now that the Civic's kind of drip shot. Oh, that's cool. That was like a McGuire Banks or whatever they're called, Volkswagen. Anyways, while the Civic's dripping, letting it dry, I'm going to do a little intermission tool pickup. Couldn't be happier to be putting these things away. Oh, I'm so done with these for a while. Nice, I didn't lose those pieces. So I figure while the gas tank's out, I'll go ahead and pull this plug right here and drain the gas out and see what kind of crud's in there. Just for fun, I guess, and then we'll paint the gas tank. Alright, so some of these things fell off. Oop. Some of these things fell off. So I got some of this Loctite spray adhesive stuff, and I'm just going to stick them back on there. I'm sure they're like vibration things so that the tank don't rattle under you. So we want them on there. Yep, preppers for paint. Okay, smear some paint on here just to cover up the rust, just to hope this tank will last a little longer. Alright, there we go, all ready for its new life. You know, not perfect, it's some old shitty paint, and you know, I just smeared one thin layer on, but I figure it's better than nothing. Alright, there's the bottom of it. Looks like a new tank. So yep, I'm going to call it a night, and tomorrow I'll pick up where I started with a dry tank, slap it up in there, and bam. Alright, so after letting the gas sit for a little bit, this is what I ended up with, and as you can see, there's a tiny bit of shit down there, but nothing compared to what I was expecting. In my opinion, that's pretty clean. Alright, so that's the end of part one, I guess, and I'm going to end it with something I got going on here. So this boat's been driving me nuts. It's been back here for quite a while. It's useless. It's junk. I want it gone, but it's been kind of locked back here. There ain't been enough room to get back here in a couple years. I've been working on clearing shit out, and it looks like I've got a straight run. Just about worked out. Look at this. See it? It's falling off the trailer. So I figure the easiest thing to do is going to be to yank it out here and get it up on a trailer out here. And then I can do what I need to do with it, junkyard or whatever. But it's going to be something when I drag it out with the truck. I figure a real long rope. So I decided I would use the Forester instead, since it's got all-wheel drive. I think I'll have a little better grip and some more power with that instead of the truck. Alright, we're getting there. We've moved it pretty far. It looks like it's going to be a tight squeeze here, but I might make it without wrecking the fence. It should kind of flop to the other side, I think, once I pull it enough. Kind of on the wood over there, but whatever.